Fight, are you ready?
Combate Global.
Oh, what a punch. What an incredible fight. Can you believe what you just saw? We have a champion.
An incredible story for Yajaira Cunningham. Her mother's Cuban, her father's from Nicaragua, and she is here looking to make an impression from Homestead, Florida, not too far from Miami Center. And this is a great opportunity because Ana Palacios, one of the top fighters between 105 and 115 pounds in Combate. It's about opportunities, but it's about seizing them, and Cunningham is hoping to do that tonight. Ana Palacios, from an early age, I have been an active person. I was in an exhibition of karate and I enjoyed it, the atmosphere. I said, this is where I want to be. This fight, it will end within 3 rounds. If I win, the first people I will call is my family. It's been 2 months since my grandparents died, and they always supported me. This fight is for them. It's also a motive for me to keep on moving forward. Ana Palacios representing Mexico City, short in stature. This is a catch weight at 110 pounds. We've seen her at 115. Last time out, she was in Mexicali, beat Laura Huizar 4-1-1 for Palacios, who, as you heard there, got started when she saw karate. She has a background of the combat sports, standing up. As we take a look at the face-to-face, Ana Palacios is just getting started. But look at the height, 4 feet 9 inches. She gives up a lot there, as well as the reach, but she is a scrapper. Lupe Contreras.
Arrancamos con mucha más acción. Las reglas oficiales de la jaula. 3 vueltas de 5 minutos, 3 jueces, utilizando el sistema de 10 puntos. Este duelo a un peso pactado a 110 libras. This bout at a catch weight of 110 pounds. Los jueces, the judges, Héctor Gómez, John Rupert y James Lázaro. Ahora, damas y caballeros, llegó el momento de un combate global. Presentando la esquina azul, vestida de color negro, introducing the blue corner, wearing black, su peso oficial 110 libras, her official weight 110 pounds. Entra a la jaula por 4ª vez a nivel profesional, con 2 victorias y 1 derrota. She enters la jaula for the 4th time as a pro, with 2 victories and 1 defeat. Representando a Costa Caribe, Nicaragua, and fighting out of Miami, Florida, la Pantera Negra, Yajaira Cunningham. Su contrario en la esquina roja, vestida de blanco, her opponent in the red corner, wearing white, su peso oficial 108 libras y media, her official weight 108 and 1/2 pounds. En su 7º combate a nivel profesional, con 4 victorias, 1 derrota y 1 empate in her 7th pro bout, with 4 victories, 1 defeat and 1 draw. De la capital azteca, la Ciudad de México, DF, Ana la Guerrera Palacios. El referee, Alan Abeles.
Alan Abeles, the third, inside the jaula.
In the locker room. Fight fair, fight hard. If you want to touch him up, go ahead. Come out, fight.
And there you see La Guerrera, Ana Palacios. 105 pounds is probably the best weight for her, but there's not the competition she seeks at 105.
Fight,
so
are you
here
ready?
it's 110.
Fight, are you ready?
See, she goes up to 115 as we are underway. First fight out of the gates here, live from Miami, Combate Global, MMA. MMA, mucho más acción. Yajaira Cunningham in black, representing Nicaragua. Again, her mom is Cuban and she is from Miami. Palacios is a striker. Last time we saw her beat Laura Huizar, February of 2020. She's 2-0 in Combate, 4-1 and 1 overall. Also beat Leslie Hinojosa back in October 2019 as she forces Cunningham up against the cage. Palacios taking the center of the jaula. Activity is a big part of her game as she switches stances out of reach of Cunningham. She is the favorite here in this fight. One of the bigger names on the Combate roster in the female ranks. From Mexico City. And she's got through the Galvan combat systems. She is growing. She is gaining all this, but like so many fighters here, and will continue to have this as a storyline. They're really getting, oh, big right hand from Cunningham. Goes into the guard of Palacios, who holds on into the side control. Massive right hand coming from down. Palacios looks like she's okay, but that really was a wake-up call. Trying to get to her feet, and she's done it. But Cunningham's going to drop her right again, and not a lot of weight to throw down. Palacios smartly, wisely pulls that leg back to keep Cunningham in close quarters. Fantastic for the Pantera Negra, Yajaira Cunningham, the Black Panther.
Yajaira, you got to work. Don't just lay there. You got to work.
Alan Abeles, you'll always hear that. He doesn't want a stationary fight, and he will break them up. Cunningham's trying to find some sort of offensive position. Maybe get the back of Palacios. She's doing very well with under 3 minutes to go in this first round.
Don't grab her glove.
Can grab the wrist, cannot grab the glove. Yajaira Cunningham discovered MMA by accident, was playing basketball. She thought she had a chance to be a professional, had her eyes on the WNBA, but said I was too short, 5'2". Pretty short to make it in an NBA career or WNBA career. She did jiu-jitsu as a hobby. Coach said, you have talent. She entered a tournament, won the tournament. And here she is. But in 2013, fractured her neck. She was convalescing. The doctor said she would be paralyzed. She wouldn't walk again. And she sat in bed as Alan Avalos is going to break this up. The doctor said, this is it. But she fought and she thought about training, and then the extremities started to come back. Her feet, her hands, and now she's fighting again. Amazing. As see what's coming up next. We'll see Jose Alday. I'm really looking forward to one of the really big names in Combate Global, but he's going to have to win here. His original opponent unable to go here due to a COVID quarantine. We'll get into that shortly, but stepping in that void is tough Marcos Lopez out of Spokane, Washington, who is a no-nonsense dude, and he is claiming he is going to win tonight. A minute to go here. Palacios looking to close the gap, trailing after that big right hand by Cunningham, and a sharp left gets in. Palacios having some issues finding the range. And also Cunningham doing really well with the takedowns. Cunningham, the referee might bring her back up, but I was looking for the arm bar. Palacios working on something. Doesn't have it clean. Trying to get that left arm separated from the body of Cunningham, and it can happen in an instant. Palacios is a warrior. They call her Guerrera. Cunningham will not let her up. A little wobbly from Cunningham, not very sharp with those strikes. Palacios tries to set up the right hand. It's just a massive size disparity. 4 feet 9 inches. You don't see that in MMA. It just tells you the level of commitment from Palacios as we're heading to the end of round one.
Time.
A lot of work for Palacios to do here in our opening fight on this Friday night. Ana Palacios, only one loss in her first 6 fights. She is supposed to beat Yajaira, La Pantera Negra Cunningham. As we see the highlights and this big attempt early on was short of Cunningham. You can see she lost her balance, hit the fence. This time she got the sweet spot, right on the chin. That nice feint with the left hand, and Palacios took the bait. Palacios, this is where she was trying to survive, but that was a huge toss. And Palacios knows she's dealing with a stronger fighter, a bigger fighter. You've got to find a way to close the gap. Palacios is not here by accident. She has won 4 fights of her first 6, only 1 defeat because of the talent. Round 2, Palacios in white looking to take the center of the jaula. Oh, better from Palacios, who got the name Guerrera, pardon me, because it was a difficult pregnancy when she was born. And her mother said she was a fighter, and she fought from the first day of her life, and she's still fighting. By the way, we saw that she's a blue belt in Galvan Combat Systems. That's a system developed by the Bone Breakers MMA Academy down there in Mexico. Like so many other fighters from Mexico, they are focused on their studies. Her family said, we want you to finish school before you pursue this MMA career. So she studied electrical engineering. A lot of leather there exchanged. Palacios better here, coming in with that lead leg. But it is Cunningham in the center of the jaula. Palacios not to be an idle target. They get in tight quarters. This is where Cunningham will want to go for another takedown. Palacios is aware of that. Very active with the punches. Yajaira, Cunningham goes down instead. Now Palacios, this is where she wants to be and can do some work. Again, like so many fighters, we heard that in the audio earlier. Toes in the cage for Cunningham, can't do that. Ana Palacios losing her grandparents recently, and she was overcome with emotion when we asked her about it. Said she will call her family the first thing she does after she wins. Now, if she doesn't win, I'm sure the call will be there, and her family will be just as proud. But Palacios is now tilting the scales here. Side control, big elbows into the ribs. Those don't feel good. Short elbows, long elbows. Palacios continues to pivot. Now some forearms, gets the mount. Now Palacios, this is where it doesn't matter if she's 4'9" or 6'5". She can really drop some blows, and she has the back of Cunningham. Cunningham being taken to the deep waters, can't get out. Palacios looking for a guillotine for a moment. This is good from Cunningham. Keep moving. Gives the back, comes back. You can't allow the back to be exposed because rear naked time. Drops the hips into Cunningham, but doesn't have that right arm. You can see Cunningham holding that right wrist, but it's out now. Cunningham looks tired. Palacios coming with both hands. And look at the feet. She is locked in, anchored down.
You got to get out of there.
And now a warning for Cunningham. I don't know if the punches are hurting that much, but now a submission attempt. Black belts in karate, brown belt in jiu-jitsu, so she knows what to do on the ground here, Palacios. A minute 30 to go.
Watch the back of the head, Anna.
Goes for a guillotine attempt here. Doesn't have a good look, releases it. Cunningham slowly getting up, trying to get the mount again, Palacios. That's actually pretty good by Cunningham, keeping those knees in between the oncoming Palacios. Punches to the face. Cunningham trying for a submission attempt of some kind. Got to move here. We wonder if Alan Aveles, our referee, will get involved because Cunningham might have something brewing. She's got that right arm stuck in. The right arm of Palacios. Palacios of Mexico City. By the way, she finished her studies and she went to one of the top schools in Mexico, the Politécnico in Mexico City.
Yajaira, get out of there. Move.
Almost at the end of round 2. One last submission attempt for Palacios, rear naked. 10 seconds to go. She has dominated this round. That's pretty good, but it's around the chin and not under it. And that'll take us to the end of round 2.
Tie.
Now both fighters look tired, but Cunningham looks exhausted. She took a barrage. And in mixed martial arts, it's constant action, reaction. The reactions are exhausting. It's like in any sport, if you're on offense, you don't exude as much energy than when you're on defense. And Cunningham on a lot of defense in round 2. This time she snuffed out the takedown attempt. And then Palacios mounted Cunningham. There's not a lot of power behind those punches, but the good part about Palacios is when she put her hips down, she was not going to be budged. She was in that position for almost the duration of round 2. As we'd like to welcome our audience wherever you're watching, in the Middle East, in North Africa, in Europe. My name is Max Brados. A pleasure to be with you. We're just getting started in the rebrand, the rebirth of Combate Global as we enter round 3. Ana Palacios of Mexico City in white. Yajaira, La Pantera Negra Cunningham in black, representing Nicaragua and also Cuba. English her first language, and she speaks Spanish, and it's just delightful to hear her. And she welcomed the opportunity because I want to address this in Spanish for the Spanish-speaking audience as we see the card by Marcelo Rojo. He gave Cunningham round 1, Palacios round 2. Marcelo, the Pitbull, one of our great fighters here, who's also been fighting at UFC recently. Part of that Entram gym in Tijuana, which is becoming one of the best gyms on the planet. Well, Palacios said this fight will end before 3 rounds. I don't know if she meant including round 3. I think she did. So she has a chance to look like a soothsayer. Full extension by Palacios. She uses her height disadvantage well. You see, she gets into those spaces where it almost gets lost, and Cunningham has to really bend all the way back to locate her. Palacios says, I am going to, and I think I can, win with a KO or a submission. The important thing is to get the win, and for the next 3 minutes and 30 seconds, she has to apply the pressure. She has the momentum.
Let's go, Anna. You got to do something or I'll separate.
There's
you.
Another
You
warning as Palacios gets that lead leg, going for the takedown attempt. Cunningham, they're spinning in circles here. And now wrist control from Cunningham, maybe a submission attempt. Cunningham's been solid. Even in second round where it looked like she was losing control here, she maintained to go the distance and now is competitive in round 3, but there's got to be more activity here. Another attempt at a rear naked choke. Look at Palacios. It is her entire body weight, and now she can get that right foot locked in, and she's trying to wedge it in there. Ana Palacios. You go 3-0 in Combate Global, you're going places. The left leg is in. It's the right leg that Palacios needs to find a home for. And Cunningham knows it. She drops to the ground. And Palacios not sure where to go next. Quickly, this third round is down to 2 minutes. Warning for the back of the head from Alan Abeles. As you can see, they roll around like an anaconda again. This is good for Palacios. I can't see her losing this fight if she stays on the back of La Pantera Negra, Yajaira Cunningham. This is good defense from Cunningham, but it may not help her in the big picture as we're in round 3. Now the legs are in, drops the hips. This is what Palacios has been so patiently working for. And now Cunningham knows it, so the arms are up because she knows the next motion is that right arm getting underneath her chin. The legs are out though. Cunningham reverses. Their corner of Cunningham telling her, get up and you got to go. Single leg. They're asking for the guillotine. Maybe something there. Cunningham extends, and I don't think it's underneath there. Now she goes for the underhook. Her head is out. And this has been hard work for these two ladies. Coming up, we have Mexico versus Peru. Jordan Beltran, and he will face Jose Zarauz. Zarauz, who is a legend in Peru, dominating the fight scene there. Kind of the old man amongst the younger fighters here. We'll see if he can get his Combate career off and running against a tough opponent in the Bull Beltran. They will be separated. I think Alan Abeles wanted to do this for a while. 30 seconds to go. Go for broke is the instructions for Cunningham. She comes in and she got caught. Palacios looking to seal the deal here with her stand-up game. Takedown, that'll go for Cunningham. That's worth something here. And now the elbows drop. This is going to be close. You got to love Palacios. She gives up so much in size and height, but she makes up for it in heart. A real student of the game. And now it goes to the judges.
Después de 3 vueltas de mucha más acción, los jueces entregan tarjetas idénticas de 29-28. After 3 rounds of much more action, the judges turn in identical scores of 29-28. All in favor of the winner by way of unanimous decision. Todos a favor de la ganadora por decisión unánime. De México, la guerrera, Ana Palacios.
And for Ana Palacios, she can call her family in Mexico City and let them know she won. I'm sure it's going to be emotional. I was pretty hyperactive, a bit of a wild child. At 14, I began training, and shortly thereafter, I began to focus and became a different person. If I didn't train, I'd be doing bad things. The training has me well focused. If the opponent is superior in several areas, I like to adapt those areas and then find my strong point and shortcomings in the rival. Jose, I hope you're ready. Let's exchange blows and let's give him a good show. There he is, Jordan Bull Beltran from Puebla, Mexico. Puebla, the home of some of the best cuisine in Mexico. It's very competitive there, whether you are in Guadalajara or Puebla or Yucatan. So unique in each area. I believe Puebla gave us mole, which I am eternally grateful for. The Mexican cuisine, the best food on the planet. Don't at me. Jose Zarauz. At an early age, I was curious. Kid who wanted to do and try everything. I never wanted to lose. I went to the gym to start boxing, fighting, wrestling, and I fell in love. I'm a fighter who likes to go forward. Valiant, as they say in Peru. Muy macho. The rivals, they say my rival has jiu-jitsu and boxing, but I am going to kill him. With all respect, I'm going to kill him. That's what they're paying me for. Not mincing his words at all. And these guys are made differently than the rest of us. They don't mind getting hit, but they love hitting. How about this music here in the Combate Global Arena? This is his 29th fight for the mercenary, who is 28 years of age. Now living in New Jersey from Lima, Peru, and Peru is a hotbed for us in Combate Global. We had the last Copa Combate, albeit in 2019. As we see, I mean, for Zarauz to be 29 and fought as much as he has is pretty remarkable. Beltran has a 3-inch height disadvantage.
Continuamos con mucha más acción este duelo. 3 vueltas a un peso pactado a 153 libras. We continue with much more action. This bout, 3 rounds at a catch weight of 153 pounds. Los jueces, the judges, Vicente Rodríguez, Héctor Gómez y John Rupert. Y ahora llegó el momento de un combate global. Presentando a la esquina azul, vestido de negro, introducing the blue corner, wearing black. Su peso oficial, 151 libras y 3 cuartos, his official weight, 151 3/4 pounds. In 16 pro bouts, he maintains a record of 10 victories against 6 losses. En 16 combates profesionales, mantiene un récord de 10 victorias y 6 derrotas. De Puebla, México, Jordan, the Bull Beltran. Su oponente en la esquina roja, his opponent in the red corner, vestido de rojo, wearing red. He tipped the scales at an official 153 pounds. Detuvo la báscula a un peso oficial de 153 libras. Esta noche, en su 30º combate a nivel profesional, con 21 victorias, 7 derrotas y un empate tonight. He enters la jaula in his 30th pro bout with 21 victories, 7 losses, and 1 bout even. De Lima, Perú, José, the Mercenary, Zarauz. El referee, Russ Greenberg.
Russ Greenberg, the third inside the jaula.
Went through the roof backstage. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Fight hard, fight clean. Good luck. Touch him up. Let's do this.
Zarauz in red, representing Peru. He is a wonderful guy to listen to. When he talks, you can see he's a bit of a lunatic when he talks about fighting. And you heard it there. He goes, I'm going to kill this guy. Obviously, he's not, he's not going to mean it, but he wants the message to be received as we are underway in round 1. But a really intelligent guy. Beltran swinging for the fences early on. Zarauz goes for the single leg, takes him down, reversed by Beltran. Fantastic start. This is catches can wrestling early on. Beltran dropping some big elbows. He has been so eager to get back in the jaula. Motivated. Fighting with Combate for the first time since 2018. You can see 2-time kickboxing champion. So he's going to want to keep the distance. Zarauz drops him again. Fascinating start to this fight. Zarauz started training around 18 years of age and then piled on fights. Used to play soccer. He was about to sign with a professional team, go through that academy, and the family stepped in and said, no. They didn't sign consent because he was a minor, so soccer was off, or football was off the table. Returned to Lima, Peru, where he found an MMA gym, and the rest is history. That was back in 2011, so now a decade of mixed martial arts, mucho más acción for Zarauz. We got some good fighters from Peru that have fought in Combate recently. Humberto Bandenay is the reigning Copa Combate champ, winning it at lightweight in his home city. Marlon Gonzalez, Beltran with a good kick and then followed up with a solid right. Zarauz is there standing in front of him and taking a beating. This is really remarkable. Neither fighter is in charge for longer than about 10 seconds. And now, Beltran was taking a beating and now he's reversed it. Non-stop activity. These are two fit guys. Beltran felt something and he got out of there. Beltran in black, married. Had a baby who on Saturday turned 2 months old. He says he looks at the photos of the kid and it takes away his fears, gives him strength so that he can have that extra punch. Said he fights for him, and he just laid one down on Zarauz. That was a sharp left hand by Beltran. That left hand for me has been the difference, and now it gets really active. The left hand to set up the right, but he takes a seat. You get the feeling one of these guys are going to make a mistake and it's going to be all over. It's just too wide open of a fight. That's a nice guard from Beltran. He relinquishes. He tried for his submission attempt. Getting ready for Jose Alday, the triumphant return of El Pochito. Zarauz takes the back. A lot of times fighters don't study their opponent. Zarauz said he saw a lot of videos of Beltran. Says he respects the heck out of him, but he's ready to kill him. Elbows.
Watch the back of the head.
Yeah, you can't elbow in the back of the head, and a warning there from Russ Greenberg. Those heels, they catch you, it is curtains. Zarauz has to stay a safe distance. I mean, Beltran is kicking those like a windmill. Fantastic first round between these two. And I have no idea who you give the edge to. I'll leave that to Marcelo Rojo.
So we got to work.
Zarauz, those big dead legs. Those do not feel good. Gives Beltran a ride, and that could be the difference of this first round. Zarauz, who talks about his curiosity a lot and how it really drove him to pursue this sport. From Lima, Peru, fell in love with the fight game. When he moved to USA, I wanted something more. Family didn't like him fighting, so they wanted him to study, and then he went to engineering, mercantile and I don't know if it's called seafaring, law of the sea engineering. As that is after the bell. I don't know if I said that correctly, but he's got an engineering degree. He's a really smart guy, Jose Zarauz. To know him is to love him. Have a few minutes to chat with him. You'll be pretty impressed as we reach the end of the first round. Highlights from that first round, action-packed. That was a nice straight left. The left hand was the weapon for Beltran. It caught Zarauz off guard. And for someone who watched all the tape, probably should have known it was coming, unless Beltran mixed it up a little bit. The magic towel. You can see both these fighters, that round took a little bit out of them. I don't blame them. It took it out of me. Glad you could join us Friday night, Combate Global live from Miami. We will be here again next week.
Okay, fighter ready. Fighter ready.
With another big card. We'll give you the details on that, but some tremendous fighters again on tap. By the way, I always follow the fighters on social media. I recommend you do the same as these two swing for the fences. Great to see Juan Puerta, who was victorious last week, on his social media. He was on the beach in Miami with a big old pizza pie that he was eating himself. It was a large pizza. These guys work so hard to make weight. He is enjoying the moment, and he said so much. Life is good with a pizza on the beach. Put on a couple pounds. He'll be ready to take off that weight, as I'm sure we'll see him again sometime, maybe July. I hope so. What a tremendous talent. In the 125-pound division, it was Superfly last week. We had all the flyweights. Edgar Chairez is out there. Is it time for Chairez Puerta? The mercenary Zarauz. This is actually his 30th fight. I think I shorted him one. He does have a draw. We're at 153 pounds. These guys want to fight at 145, but they got to get down there. No more pizza with Juan Perez. Oh! Beltran laid him out! It's over! Russ Greenberg stopped it. A howitzer of a right hand for Beltran. Zarauz says he was okay. I tend to think he was, but you could hear that punch.
Very nice. Snap back quick, but.
The 11th win for Jordan Bull Beltran. What a moment.
4, 5. Count 5.
And Greenberg, Russ Greenberg, talking about the stoppage, and you could hear him say, I saw your head snap back. Look at the reverse stance. Oh!
Unanswered. 5 unanswered.
He says 5 unanswered. 3, 4, 5. That's a good stoppage. He fought a little bit. I feel for Zarauz, who was really impressive. But he got caught, and Beltran overcome. That's how important wins and losses are. Zarauz now will talk to the powers that be and try and get another fight. This is a great promotion. They give guys second chances. I thought Zarauz fought pretty well, but he got caught with that uppercut from the deepest, darkest corners. Impressive for Jordan Beltran. He is at a bit of a crossroads in his career. He trains alone. He started an academy in Puebla. He's aggressive. He is also a student, has a degree in communications and advertisement at Madero University in Puebla. He works in an office. He's trying to dedicate his life to MMA, trying to keep it going with a gym that he started. But if he wants to fight competitively, he's got to win, and he may have just had his most important win to date. He wanted to come back to Combate, and he has in victorious fashion. Great, talented fighters, like my partner Juliana Peña,
El referee
Gustavo
Russ
Lopez,
Greenberg
we go to
detiene el
Lupe
combate con el
Contreras.
tiempo oficial de 1 minuto 15 segundos del segundo capítulo. Referee Russ Greenberg stops this bout with an official time of 1 minute 15 seconds of round number 2. Your winner, by way of TKO, el ganador por nocaut técnico, Jordan Bull Beltran.
Improves to 11-6. Jose Zarauz drops to 21-8-1. Good fight, good matchup. And there is the main event, Marcos Lopez and Jose Alday. We're getting ready for our main event inside the Jaula. Jaula, Spanish for cage. We want you all to learn a little bit of Spanish as we learn about the fighters. Marcos Lopez.
There's a lot of ups and downs in my life, and I grew up with abusive stepfather, and this is the reason why I got into fighting, because I didn't want anyone to hurt my family ever again, especially my mom. And when I looked at the screen, boxing, that's something I wanted to do, and at 10 years old, and that kept in my mind. I wanted to do that. Just want to be a fighter. They call me El Toro because I go in there and fight. I don't go in and play games. I'm here all in. When I win this fight, I want to call my mom. Just to show her I did it, and she's probably going to be so proud of me. And I do it all for her, because she's my mom. I love her.
Marcos Lopez, he is a serious guy, and you could hear the background he had trying. An abusive father, and that's why he got into this sport. He didn't want his family, his mother, to be hurt ever again. You can only respect someone who has taken that upon himself to help his family. Jose Alday.
Fui nacido en la Cosaria García, México. A los 10 años mis papás me llevan
I was born in
a
Mexico.
Arizona.
At the age of 10, my dad moved to Tucson, Arizona, where I trained.
Para extraerme, y al ratito, pues, se hizo mi trabajo.
Came my
Tengo
home.
un hijo,
I have a
se
son,
llama
Sebastian
Tiene
Alday.
discencefalia,
He has
que, pues, le impide hacer
discencefalia,
muchas cosas, entre comillas,
several
normales,
things that he
y pues
can't
eso es una
do like
motivación
normal
gigante
kids.
Además de entrenar trabajo de landscaping,
In
pues
addition
por
to
la
training,
cuestión de
I do
COVID del
some
año pasado
landscaping,
tuve
but
que
last year
ganarme
was
mi
very
dinero
difficult. I had to
por
make
lado
money.
y así le hago. Marcos Lopez.
Marcos
vamos a
Lopez.
enfrentar en la jaula.
We're going to meet in the
Ojalá
jaula.
estés listo.
I hope you're ready. Everyone has an amazing story to tell. I think Jose Alday at the top of the list. You can read about when he was a kid, he had a girlfriend, he got approached by authorities, he then got deported back to Mexico after he was living as a kid in Arizona. Eventually he got to come back, and he made the most of it, so much so that he became a world champion in mixed martial arts. We'll get more into that and what lies in the future. He's still a very young fighter. 1 inch height advantage for El Toro, 3-inch reach. We're at 153 pounds. Pardon me, we're at 136,
Continuamos
135.
con mucha más acción. We continue with much more action. This is the main event of the evening. Este es el duelo estelar de esta noche. 3 vueltas en la división peso gallo, 3 rounds. In the bantamweight division, los jueces son, the judges are James Lázaro, Vicente Rodríguez, and Héctor Gómez. Y ahora, damas y caballeros, llegó el momento de un combate global.
Love it.
Presentando a la esquina azul, vestido de blanco. Introducing the blue corner, wearing white. His official weight, 136 pounds. Su peso oficial, 136 libras. En su octavo combate, con 5 victorias y 2 derrotas in his 8th pro bout, with 5 victories against 2 losses. Representing Spokane, Washington, Marcos El Toro Lopez. En la esquina roja, vestido de negro in the red corner, wearing black. He weighed in at 135.5 pounds. Registró un peso oficial de 135 libras y media. Esta noche, en su 20º combate a nivel profesional, con 13 victorias, 5 derrotas y un empate. Tonight, he enters la jaula in his 20th professional bout with 13 victories against 5 losses and 1 draw. De Nacosari de García, Sonora, México. And fighting out of Tucson, Arizona, José El Pochito Alday. El referee, Alan Abeles.
Alan Abeles III
Obey my
inside
commands
the
at all
jaula.
times. Protect yourself at all times. If you want to touch him up, go ahead. Come out fighting.
Wow, Marcos Lopez is out for blood. Jose Alday playing possum a little bit, but it's hard to imagine that the intensity etched on Lopez's face may not get to him. Lopez in white going after the former bantamweight champion Jose Alday, who goes way back towards the fence. Wild miss. Lopez comes in hot. Alday losing via the knockout first round in his title defense against Gustavo Lopez, who then became the bantamweight champion. And then that all changed after the pandemic. Another wild miss by Alday. Lopez connecting into the breadbasket. Center of the jaula, you can see the 7th fight for Alday. He started 8-0 his career. He plugged away. He got enough good wins. Lopez looking for the takedown. Alday with some good takedown defense and a big combination. And the knee. 3 knees. Alday going to town. Lopez turtles up. This has turned on a dime. It's over. Jose Alday lays down a marker. As good a victory as you will see in Combate Global. Wow!
Esto es para ti. Esta madre es fácil. Lo que tú estás pasando.
TKO.
Marcos Lopez
El de arriba está
just destroyed after applying the early pressure. Alday sat there, cool as a cucumber, waited for the mistake, and ended it. My goodness, the oxygen sucked out of this room as Jose Alday was clearly ready, doing all the landscaping work. He's back, says Campbell. I am truly impressed. That is the most impressive victory we have had in the return of Combate Global. Wow. I guess all the landscaping work paid off. All that work in the outdoors getting you ready, because Marcos Lopez shot out of a cannon in this fight, talking across the jaula, saying how he was going to end this. And you believed him. Lopez was ready for this. He took it on short notice, but he was ready. He studied the fighter. He had it all set up. He was training at Sick Jiu-Jitsu in Spokane, trains with Mike Chiesa, Sam Cecilia, and Juliana Pena, all decorated UFC fighters. He was handpicked as a guy who could not only come in here on short notice, but win against a guy whose career in Jose Alday, it kind of flatlined a little bit. The Gustavo Lopez loss was really bad, and you wondered how you get back from that. And he did. He lost to Joby Sanchez. You wondered how much he has left, and now this, it's all changed for El Pochito.
El tiempo oficial, 57 segundos del primer asalto, the official time. 57 seconds of the opening round, your winner. By way of technical knockout, el vencedor por knockout técnico, El Pochito, Jose Alday.
You could see his family looking on, and what a moment. And he talked about how his son dealing with that condition that makes it very difficult, and what a burden to be a parent to try and make a living and know you have to put that extra time. These knees, I mean, he got 6 of them in, and Lopez was, I'm done. I mean, rapid, precise striking. They all hit their mark. That is a man on a mission, folks. Beautiful punching. 57 seconds. Didn't even break a sweat. He knew it. He knew it all along. He heard the talking. He had to prepare for a new opponent. Oh, yeah, I know. Campbell McLaren is very impressed. Ocean Drive in Miami, Ramiro El Cachanilla, Jimenez, Michael Rodriguez. That is coming your way next. We've had a couple fights with Ramirez in Combate Global. Really impressive. Let's go to Lupe Contreras. Ramiro Jimenez, Muay Thai is where he has really learned his fighting discipline. He's been doing it since the age of 14. He's so wise beyond his years. 22 years of age. He's orthodox. He can go southpaw. He does a lot of interesting things inside the jaula. We'll see if he can grow from fight to fight. Michael Lightning Rod Rodriguez from West Palm Beach, Florida. Started training at 19, wrestled in high school, started getting a heavy dose of combat sports, and he fell in love with it. Trains with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Team Nogueira. They have a gym down there in South Florida. He is part of it. Let's go head-to-head. 3-inch reach advantage for El Cachanilla, who is etched out of a rock. Look at that body. This is going to be in the featherweight division at 145. We do have some audio difficulties with Lupe Contreras, but we will make sure you don't miss any of the action in a highly anticipated, so to speak, debut for El Cachanilla Jimenez. The introductions now for El Cachanilla. The expression in mixed martial arts when you fight an undefeated fighter is the O has got to go. Has not been defeated in his MMA career. 4-0-0. 2-0-0.
Cali, Baja California, México. Ramiro, El Cachanilla Jimenez. En la esquina roja, vestido de blanco. In the red corner, wearing white. His official weight, 146 pounds. Su peso oficial, 146 libras. Por quinta vez dentro de la jaula, con 3 victorias y 1 derrota. He enters la jaula for the 5th time as a pro, with 3 victories against 1 defeat. Boricua to the bone and fighting out of Miami, Florida, Michael Lightning Rod Rodriguez. Our referee, Russ Greenberg.
Russ Greenberg, the third inside the jaula.
Okay, guys, we went through the rules backstage. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Let's have a good, clean fight. Good luck. Touch him up.
Excited to see El Cachanilla. I have a feeling he is going to go swinging for a knockout and a major impression. He did that against Jesus Blanco in his Combate debut. Did it again in his most recent fight where he beat Saul Cabrera. We are underway, round 1. It is Raul Jimenez in black. He can go left hand, he can go orthodox. But that left hand is a demon. Look at him already peppering. He's going to go southpaw here. Again, that left hand gets through. It is evil, folks. Remember this name. Oh, another big left. And again, and Rodriguez is hurt. He knows what's coming, and he keeps firing. How often you see those great boxers with left hands like that? Just a spark plug. Rodriguez now goes to the stand-up game. Feinting the left hand, and Cachanilla, leather on leather. Again, now Rodriguez goes down. It's only been left-handed punches. That's all he's needed. And Rodriguez is leaving himself wide open. Oh, he gets the right uppercut, and he drops him. Cachanilla putting on a show. He saw Alday, and he stops this fight in 1 minute and 6 seconds. Wow. My goodness, folks. This Puro Chicali. Chicali from Mexicali is what you call folks from there. My goodness. Clearly, Michael Rodriguez knew, watch out for that left hand. And El Cachanilla Jimenez says, I don't care. The left hand's going to be used over and over. And then he snuck in that right uppercut. That is Canelo Alvarez type boxing. You know, like Floyd Mayweather, all that. These guys are just precision stand-up fighters. Michael Rodriguez comes in with some good credentials. 3-1 and he was just out.
Damas y caballeros, una serie de golpes sin respuesta obliga al referee Russ Greenberg a parar la contienda con un tiempo oficial de 1 minuto 7 segundos del primer episodio. A series of unanswered blows forces referee Russ Greenberg to stop this bout with an official time of 1 minute 7 seconds of the opening stanza. Your winner, by way of technical knockout, el vencedor por knockout técnico. Puro Chicali, el Cachanilla, Ramiro Jimenez.
That's a legit star on our hands right now. I was looking forward to see him, and he delivered. Ramiro El Cachanilla Jimenez improves to 5-0, and look out to all the featherweights. This guy is coming for you. We are out of time. On behalf of our entire production crew, David Estrada, Arsenio Izquierdo también. My name is Max Predos. We'll see you next Friday.